Alright, Lokati here. Today, we are playing a Svalin Chieftain in the T17 with some shit on it. Fuck it, I don't care. The strategy on this build is just run towards your enemies and then hope they don't kill you. And then patiently wait for them to die. That's the strat. Oh no, they're killing us! Never mind, we're good again. Don't worry, I think I see one low right there. Oh, he's... Or is it him? Is it him? No. No. No, it's the crab tornadoes! The crab tornadoes are killing us! And we got the Beyond monsters in now! And they're all dead. Move on to the next pack. Shaper Beam is toxic. I would blink over here to the next pack, but we don't have movement skills. Oh, those crab tornadoes are legit, though. Kill everything. I do believe that the only reason this works is because Svalin is so ridiculously overpowered as a shield that it's the only piece of gear that you need in order to survive anything in this game. I think that's what's going on. Is that accurate? I know we're gonna die. No. No. Alright, so the problem there was we didn't have a quartz flask to dodge out of the Shaper Beam. That was the problem there. Look at that Vol Righteous Fire. Look at that damage. Next pack. And we're petrified. Petrified. Oh, hold on, shit. We gotta get our Dom Shrine. Oh, yeah. Turn on the Vol Righteous Fire. Boom. So, I mean, that's really all there is to it. You just equip a Svalin, and then you play a Chieftain, and like you win the game. It's not complicated. We're gonna crawl our way back at the portal because I don't even have town portal scrolls. All this desecrated ground is killing us. Thank you for hitting us so that we can recover. I appreciate that. So, on a more serious note, this was a fun little exercise in can we clear T17 maps, not bosses, but T17 maps with just a Svalin equipped? The answer to that is yes. Now we're going to talk about the reasons for that. And the reasons are going to be because we have the appropriate layers of defenses that we need. And it's not Svalin that's doing all this, although Svalin is a fun one, but we would actually be more successful with just a Shaper Shield. rather than a Svalin in here. But we need to talk about layered defenses. And so we are at 83% all res. And anytime we're getting attacked, because we have charges when an enemy hits you, we're at 88% all res. All res is very important. Also very important that you have some chaos res. It doesn't have to be maxed, but some chaos res is really, really good. We also have block and spell block here. We also have armor here. Whenever we have our flasks up especially, which is all the time when we're getting attacked, we have 25k armor and 2500 evasion. Now 2400 evasion is not a whole lot of evasion, but it's enough to give us that extra layer of defense. In addition to that, we have regenerate 3% life per second, which is on all the time as long as we're getting hit. We also have 15% of damage taken from hits leached as life during effect, so we have our leech capped all of the time. Your leech cap is based on your life and based on other defenses that you may have that improve leech, but more life equals more leech. And then we have a Quicksilver Flash just for getting around and Ignite just for damage. But then we have percent armor and percent evasion on our Flash as well. And so all of these defenses kind of layered together, along with things like life gained whenever you block, create a very tanky character. Now, not every Ascendancy is going to be able to throw a Svalin on and go and clear a map, because Chieftain has some tools on his Ascendancy here, like Hinakora's Death Fury, which gives him the ability to do a tremendous amount of damage without having any actual damage coming in from the character itself. But it becomes very important to understand how to create defensive layers on your character so that you are more successful. And in my opinion, defensive layers work like this. You have a recovery layer, you have a damage reduction layer, and then you have a damage avoidance layer. And you want to have a good amount of recovery and a good amount of reduction and a good amount of avoidance, because the avoidance allows your recoveries to be more effective, and the reduction allows you to not die in between avoidance hits. And so for most characters that are using a shield, your avoidance is going to be some evasion and some block. Your recovery is going to be some recovery on block as well as some regeneration and probably some sort of leech. And then your reduction is always going to be resistances and armor. And so those are the layers that you need to make your character tanky so that you can go do T17s or do T16 8-mon maps or do content that has been challenging for you. Damage is something you can always fix, but if you don't fix your defensive layers first, you're probably not going to have a lot of fun playing the game. So I'm glad this little exercise in using a Svalin to clear a T17 worked out well. And we'll have a POB down below. There's nothing really complex going on here. We don't have any super sketchy items. This jewel right here is probably a little out of budget for most people, but you don't really need that extra 3% block spell damage. You could live with just the increased max life and max res. And then this Watcher's Eye out here is a little on the pricey side too, along with the Svalin we got with a double implicit. But again, those were just for the reason of making this video and showing that it can be done with just a Svalin. No weapon, no armor, no rings, no jewelry, no boots, gloves, no belt. Just a naked chieftain running her. Peace.